This live action is because I just finished up coaching with my students in the 5 pillars of studying less, getting better grades, my studying course. And one of my students was like, "Hey, aren't you going to say something about Cat Williams?" And I'm like, "Well, I've already spent 2 1-hour live streams on the Cat Williams Club Shay Shay interview. But since she challenged me, I was like, you know what? I got to go live just for Stephanie. So this is a special live just for Stephanie. And we're going to talk about one key takeaway from that Cat Williams video. And it was something he said in the interview in response to Shannon Sharp defending some of the people he was talking trash on. And what's up, Nelson? What up, y'all? So I'll hit the intro and then we'll be live action and we'll get this learning on. Let's go. But stop making excuses. Stop whining. Stop, right? Get at it. No excuses. Just dominate. Josh Shawn in the building. Okay, so if you guys don't know, I'm Dr. Pines, and I'm the pre-med protein expert. I help you guys be successful, be more positive, be more productive, get into medical school. And the lesson for today is from the quote Cat Williams said in response to Shannon Sharp, and he said, "You have an unnatural allegiance to losers." And I loved it when he said this because for so many of you guys, you have an unnatural allegiance to losers in your own life, and it makes you lose when you could be winning. And a lot of times as students, we have a blind spot to this because we're enveloped. We have so much failure and setbacks in our lives that we start to see ourselves as that loser and we become inseparable from that loser. And so how many of you guys run a negative narrative? You have these negative thoughts that are constant and always going on in your head, and you allow yourself to live in a negative, limiting, defeatist narrative. How many of you guys is that this? White Coat Dreams, I'm glad you needed this today. How many of you guys have that happen? Where you're like, oh, well, I want to succeed, but I just can't because, color of my skin, or because I don't have enough money, or because I'm not smart, and so on. And it's never clearer to me. It's always clear to me that you guys live in this state of doubt. So many of you guys as students, as pre-med, it's like doubt, all day, every day. And it's become even clearer because one of my YouTube shorts I put out was literally, it's a 40-second clip of me saying, hey, if you have ADHD, this is what you need to do. And in the video, I say, hey, one thing that you can do to help with your ADHD, not cure your ADHD, help with your ADHD is to put your phone away and not have the phone be one extra distraction for you as you're studying. And the response to this video has been nuts. It's like my most commented on video, and it's all these students with ADHD coming on there to tell me that me, the neurotypical, is being insensitive to these ADHD neurodivergent students, and I don't know anything about ADHD, and telling them to put their phone away is ridiculous because they can get distracted in an empty room. And one of my responses to one of these people was like, hey, I'm here telling you that if you have ADHD, there are a lot of things that you need to change. You can be a better student, though. You don't have to be a victim of your ADHD-ness, hood, whatever you want to call it. And me saying that, why is there such a rebuttal to me saying that? And when Cat Williams said that, I was like, that's why. Why? Because you guys have an unnatural allegiance to you losing. You like to say, my ADHD, my dyslexia, my whatever is insurmountable. I could not possibly succeed. Why? Because it lets you off the hook entirely. Right? You're the victim. How can you expect me to be more? I'm the victim. But if I tell you you could be and you should be more, that puts the burden, the onus on you to live up to the potential I see in you. And that would be too much to bear. How dare you say I can be more than my ADHD? And that's where the outrage comes from. And my response to you, I'll repeat what Cat Williams said. Why do you have such an unnatural allegiance to losers? Why do you like not succeeding in classes? Why do you like struggling? Why do you like being distracted? Why do you like being less than you could be? Why do you like missing out on the grades and on your goals Why is that attractive to you? Why do you want to keep that narrative going? Why, when I try to tell you, stop, I don't care what disability you have, you can be successful, but you must change. You must act different. You must be different. You must try something that is uncomfortable. You must stop giving in to your disability, to your disadvantage. You must work around it. You must work smart. Why does that make you uncomfortable? Because then the burden's on you. Because I've given you a road you can walk. And so I encourage all you guys as students, let's start here, better. Be aware of the negative narratives that you run on yourself, the negative game, the traps you keep yourself in. And one of the great experiments I've cited before is the jumping flea experiment. Who's heard this experiment before? These researchers took fleas and they put them in jars. And one jar was, let's call it 12 inches high. Another jar was 6 inches high. And they put fleas in these jars. And the fleas are just jumping around, bouncing around the jars. And what was amazing was that when they took the fleas out, the fleas that were in the 6-inch jar kept jumping them 6 inches. And the fleas that was in the 12-inch jar could jump 12 inches. What was the difference? One was in a trap. One was in a limiting environment. And for many of you guys as students, you live in a limiting environment. You're a flea in a 6-inch jar when you could be a flea in a 12-foot jar. You have to set yourself free. Because I can tell you till I'm blue in the face that you can be incredible. You can do these things. But if you don't have any belief in you, you can't achieve it, baby. Right? They say you got to believe to achieve. And that's true. Just because you believe something doesn't mean you will achieve it. But you darn sure will never achieve something you don't believe in. Do we understand? Let's see this request. Someone has requested to be live in my video. I don't know who this is. I'm not going to go live with this person because I'm live on YouTube right now, right? We're live action on YouTube. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? It's amazing to me. Recognize we have to step out of these narratives. We have to ask ourselves, why? What are the narratives that I'm putting on myself that are holding me back? And I can speak to you from this position. It's not because I'm speaking to you because I don't understand what you're going through. I understand exactly what you're going through because I was, right, the first generation college student. No one in my family had graduated college. I was the broke student coming from no money, living in a triple occupancy dorm. I was the only black face at UC Irvine. The only black face. There's 10 of us. Come on. I know what it is to feel like you don't belong, like you aren't enough, like you are different. And I treated myself as such. I told myself, I can't get the A. They're smarter than me. They look the part. I don't look the part. They got money. I don't got money. They read better than I read. They're organized. All these excuses I put out there. And as a result, I lived that. I framed myself. I put myself in a 6-inch jar. And my freshman year, I was flunking out of college. And it took my counselor telling me that I was a know nothing, that I was that, because I was saying it to myself every day. Every day I was telling myself, you're terrible. You're going to flunk out of here. I was telling myself that every day. It didn't hurt enough. But when she said it to me, I was like, how dare you say that to me? I can say it about me, but you can't say it about me. And it fired me up and it made me recognize that either I am going to be that flunking student or I can step up and be more. And I got myself to work, y'all. I got my ass to work. And as a result, I became the A student. It wasn't overnight, but I became the A student. I became the 95th percentile MCAT scorer. I became the Stanford medical student. I became the top resident. I became all these things because I was sick. I told myself that's a gosh darn lie. I have an allegiance to being this loser, to playing the victim, and I got to step up and be the victor. I got to step up and achieve and make it happen. And I did. And so when I tell you, hey, listen, I did it, you can do it. I'm not just telling you because it's like, I did it, you do it. Because you get a lot of people on the internet. That's what I'm going to talk about right here, right? People want to ask me, what's your MCAT score? It's not about what my stats were. I'm verified. I got to Stanford Medical School. The question you should be asking yourself is, when I listen to people on the internet, how many students like me has this person put on? What are this person's students MCAT scores, GPAs, success rates. How many of them are in medical school? And my students, we get in every year. My students, top scores. My students succeeding, less stress, less time spent studying, better grades. My students get the job done. And so it's important when I talk to you guys, I'm not talking about me and what I've done. I'm talking about what my path has allowed me to show other students and how I've uplifted them. And so when I tell you, hey, listen, you got ADHD, put your phone away, get a schedule, get organized, remove the distractions, don't study for too long of an interval, customize your plan to you and you can succeed. I'm not telling you because that's what I did. I'm telling you that because I've been working with ADHD students for over 20 years, y'all. 20 years. In fact, last week I had one of my students come shadow me in the OR. He's a medical student currently with ADHD. And when he found me, he was struggling. Put in a protocol. Now he's in med school winning in the top half of his class. That's the result when you put in work. So when I speak to you and say, hey, listen, you got ADHD, don't worry about that. You can be better. You can be better. I'm not speaking because I'm speaking because I've worked with students for 20 years. And the proof is in the pudding. So stop with your unnatural allegiance to the old you that wasn't achieving, to the old you who would procrastinate, the old you who wasn't focused, and have a new allegiance to the you that can win, the you that has all the potential to be great and step into it. Yes, yes? Are you guys still with me? Like the video right now, let me know. Say, hey, Dr. P, I'm still with you. Hello. Meryl, what up? McQueen, what up? Uraine, what up? Shauna, what up? Everybody, hello, hello, hello. Hottie, what up? How are y'all doing? Right? We got to step out of that allegiance to that. The other thing I'll say, and we'll end it on this. I'll be brief on this because I went long on that. You guys have an unnatural allegiance to internet losers. To the internet losers. I hate scrolling social media and watching you guys like posts, comment, oh my gosh, this is amazing, I wish I could be like you, post to people who are serial, repeat, incessant losers. I struggled early in my career. I learned the lesson, and from that point on, it was all uphill. Why? Because I said, I don't want to be that loser, and I made the changes and I succeeded. It is not a badge of honor if you make the same mistake over and over and over again. That's loserdom. If someone says to me, I failed the MCAT 5 times, isn't that great? And I passed it on my 6th time. I'm like, no, that's awful. If you failed it once, change what you're doing. If you failed it twice, change what you're doing. It shouldn't take 6 attempts. Make the change. I don't respect you making the same mistake over and over and over again. I saw a post from someone saying, listen, I failed my MCAT this many times. I failed step 1 this many times. I failed step 2 this many times. I failed my boards this many times. And look at me today. I'm a doctor. And I'm like, if at every level you fail the cumulative final for that level, what that tells me is you didn't learn from the previous level and make an adjustment and prepare yourself to do well. So I'm not with that. I can't be like, oh yeah, that's so great. No. If I fail one board exam, I'm making darn sure that I over prepare for the next one. I'm getting the support resources I need. I'm getting the accommodations I need. I'm going to be over preparing to be successful. That's loserdom to keep making the same mistake. If you have a bad fall semester and then you have a bad spring semester because you're doing the same procrastination, the same ineffective study strategies, that's a you problem. And I don't respect that. I will not cheer for you. Do better. Do we understand? Are we clear? Thank you. Busters. Exactly. Serial losers. It's about winning. In life, there are winners and losers, nothing in between. Period. And as I say that, oh my gosh, he said winning and losing. Yes. But what they don't tell you is that winning is you and your definition of winning. For me, winning was not getting straight A's. For me, the objective was getting into medical school. And as part of that, getting great grades was it. But I'll be perfect. Winning is about accomplishing your goals, living a great life. I'm an anesthesiologist now. I won. That's what winning is. You get to decide what winning is. making a positive step, helping other people. You get to choose. But win, y'all. Stop being a loser. Do we understand? Everybody good? All right, I'm out of here. Everybody have a wonderful evening. Okay. I'm going to leave y'all. I appreciate you guys for joining me. Got new videos coming up this week. Don't be a loser. Be better. Be better. Stop living in the pity party. There's more. There's more to life than sitting in your victimhood. We all have potential, but you got to step up to it and be it and be your greatness. Stop living in Loserville. It sucks over there. Ain't nothing over there. Loserville is the slums. You can be living in a penthouse, baby. Be a winner. All it takes is effort. All it takes is execution. Put the work in, get educated, and then execute. Everybody got it? My website's premedproductivity.com. We's winners. And if you want to win, come to the website, get in a course, get into a coaching program, and get educated. And then let's get to work. Let's get you to your goals. It's plain simple. We win it. That's it for another episode. Show your love by smashing the like button and commenting in the box below. Today is the day, guys. No more excuses, no more complaining. You're going to take your future into your own hands. You're going to dominate. You're going to be successful. I challenge you. What are you going to do today to make your life better? Get to my website, premedproductivity.com. Grab a free ebook. Sign up for a free webinar. And if you're really ready to transform, enroll in one of my life-changing courses or coaching programs. You have greatness inside you. Let me show you how to unlock it so you can dominate and make your dreams a reality. No excuses, just dominate.